And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and it is Saturday, and you know what that means. It's time for the toy news, action figure news of the week that interested me, that hopefully interests you. And we got a lot of news this week, and a lot of, dare I say, conspiracies, boys, on the couch. We'll talk about that in a little bit. Power Town, we got a big update. Stay tuned for that later on in this very video. But of course, we always kick it off with a little bit of housekeeping. A very busy week for me this week. I don't know if it's a Saturday, Thursday, Tuesday, maybe it's Monday. I don't know. I bet you it's a day that ends in Y. That's what I'm going to say. But a very, very hectic, busy week for me. But a fun week as well. I got to spend some time with my good buddy Jay Uso and Braun Breaker. More on that in weekly purchases, so stay tuned to that tomorrow or early as a Patreon member. And of course, what a segue. I know I'm like a professional over here. I know. We got a segue into, of course, housekeeping and the Patreon giveaway for the month of January. New giveaway for the new month. We are giving away a big rubber guy. You know me, I love my guys big and full of rubber. It is Matt Hardy, and we did do the review of this figure on the channel this week. Check out that video if you did miss that, but that is the Patreon giveaway for the month of January. A lot going on over there on the Patreon every single day, as I always do say. But we're not done with the giveaways. You still got time. You're down to the wire right now. Head over to my Instagram. You guys should know it by now. If not, it is in the description of this very video. We are doing the Great Clip Tie giveaway of 2024. Todd McFarlane, I wish you would have sponsored this. I mean, they're all your stuff. You could have done it, but no, Todd's not sponsoring anything. But I do got a fabulous McFarlane prize that I will give away. Just a fun kind of tongue-in-cheek giveaway. I saved all my clip ties for 2024. Said to you, guess the weight, and whoever guesses it correctly, guess what? You do win it. So we'll do that tomorrow on weekly purchases as well. So you don't want to miss that weekly purchases. Sleeper video tomorrow, I am sure. So we got that going on, eating all over the place. That's what I've been doing this week, really, at the end of the day. But I've also got some other housekeeping news. March of this year, I did say it earlier, it will be the 5-year anniversary of this very YouTube channel. On the hunt for 50,000 subscribers, and I need your help if you haven't subscribed, obviously. But I appreciate everybody who takes time to subscribe to both of my YouTube channels. This week, I wanted to call it out especially as I did hit 47,000 subscribers. So thank you, tip of the hat to everybody, like a young Larry Zabisco here in this video. And then Kyle Peterson 2.0, that little channel that could, where Todd lives every single day, it seems like, over there. There's a lot wilder things on that channel, of course. 6,000 subscribers on the second channel. So appreciate everybody that subscribes to both the YouTube channels. Hopefully you enjoyed all that stuff. And it's wild to me. I don't know how the YouTube algorithms of the world work and stuff, but I've had 3 people this week reach out to me asking me to do an updated collection tour video. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got 2 videos, 2 collection videos. Has my whole collection between both of them. Also answer some collection questions I always get in the second video. So if you haven't seen them yet, please check those out. I know a lot of people saw the Matt Cardona video. Check that out. That's a little faster moving, I think, than the other ones. And maybe we'll do a little slower segment by segment in the future. We'll see what is time, as we always do say. But if you haven't checked out the collection tour videos yet, they're up there. The first one is pinned on my YouTube channel. So check it out if you ever wanted to see what's behind me. You can see all of that there in a recently released collection tour. Appreciate all the support on that one there. But now let's get down to the meat and potatoes. Let's get down to the toy news. And we're kicking off with wrestling. A very heavy wrestling week this week. And we're kicking it off with Mattel. Now, I've seen this from like 50 different people, of course. And appreciate everybody that sends me these things. But I usually find everything. It usually comes to me pretty quick. And then I get bombarded with messages and all that stuff. But I did see these leaked Mattel lists. Somebody's leaking, Todd. You know you don't have any leakers over there. What? You threaten to kill the people in your factories if they leak stuff. Kill, like murder, decapitation. Wow, Todd taking it to another level over there. That's why he's Todd McFarlane. That's why he can be barefoot on my couch and no pants half the time. But shout out to McFarlane. We got more to talk about with you later on in this video at the end. Oh, you don't want to stay tuned for that. Trust me. It's going to get gory, but we'll get into it. But we got the Mattel leaks going on. I should mention, if you guys are watching this on Saturday or Friday on Patreon, Sunday is the release of the Target Ultimate Dusty Rhodes and the brand new Legends set. We also got McFarlane figures released, a few other things going on. So check your Targets counting on Sunday. I did come across, if you saw my figure hunt video this week, once again, cheap plug for that. You can see me yeeting all over the place in that video. You could see that I did find that stuff already at retail. Of course, all register locked, so is what it is. But we'll get it on Sunday, so look forward to those reviews very soon. But apparently these are leaks, so we'll see if they come true, but I'm going to read them off for us right here. Future Monday Night Wars line, Blackjack Bradshaw. I'm one of the few, I love the Blackjacks, especially the Bone Crunchers back in the day. Absolutely love those. And I had the Blackjacks and JBL as a team, which I know two of them were the same person, but I could pretend, I could suspend disbelief. They were quite the trio, running roughshod throughout my Fig Fed as a kid. So we got that one. We got Kurt Angle, of course, makes a lot of sense. We got two brothers named Rick and Scott. And like I said, I saw Braun Breaker this week. I talked about our love of Rick Steiner. He loves him more than I do. It's his dad. And he said, you know, my dad always wants to come to the ring with me. He wants to do YouTube videos with me all the time. I said, really, Braun? My dad does as well. Oh, and then I said, wait, no, my dad likes to pick his spots. He likes to pick his spots, where Rick, I guess, wants to go out to all the videos. My dad, he's more picking his spots, I guess. But shout out to my dad. Always thinking about it. We got the seat warmed right for you, Dad. We got it ready to go. We got Rick and Scott Steiner, and then the Build-A-Figure, a man's man, William Regal. Sign me up for that. Give me that hard hat. Hopefully that leads to the hard hat over to the pile driver line that we get in the future. We'll see what happens there. Ultimate Edition Monday Night Wars ABA Taker, the greatest Taker of all time. You could say Dead Man was the best. Not me. Not me, ABA Taker. Survivor Series line Victoria. How about that? We're ready for some new blood. Triple H, Triple H from 2004. How about that one as well? CM Punk from 2007. Mark Henry, he's coming back. He's back, baby. We're going to get the Nation Henry in the future, I guarantee it. But we got Mark Henry coming to this one. Build-A-Figure Armando Estrada, of course, the manager of one Umaga. That'll be great to pair with that. So that's a pretty good line there for the Survivor Series line. It does say Ultimate Edition main line. No conspiracies here. Don't even need to play the video, boys. It is one Jesse the Body Ventura. Get me all the Jesse Venturas. Get me every single Ventura. I want to see them all. I want them all in my collection. Not sure which one this could be in the Ultimate line. I'm assuming, but you know what happens when you assume, Todd? It always happens to you. I would think announcer first. I don't know if they would go wrestler first. However, it's always that play that these companies do. Don't give you the most iconic one first. Give you one to whet your appetite, knowing you'll buy that because you want a Ventura finally, and then get you to buy the next one. It happens all the time. I've had people say it doesn't. Oh, it does. It happens. But we got Jesse coming. Can't wait for that. Jacob Fatu. Oh, sweeping the nation. Sweeping best of list as well. And I should mention, I did do my video, the top 10 action figures of 2024. If you missed that video, check that out on the channel. It all led to that. All the unboxings we had, we found out what the best figure is of 2024 in that very video. Check that out if you missed it. And then we also got good friend of the channel, Cody Rhodes, with another Ultimate. Oh, that's what they need. More Cody Ultimates. More Cody figures, people. Let's get it. Then Elite Greatest Hits, Randy Orton from Elite Series 2. CM Punk Elite 6. Once again, it's going to be the year of Punk. We're going to get a lot of this kind of stuff. Brian Pillman, have to imagine that'll be Brian Pillman from probably Flying Brian Pillman re-release is what I would imagine that'll be. Mark Henry from Elite 13, a little bit of that going on. We give you some of those other Mark Henrys, but then we'll give you the Nation one eventually. And I would love to see Mark Henry in the USA singlet when he first debuted. Hopefully we get that one in the future. That seems like a layup there. Or maybe a slam dunk like Mark Henry back in the day. We'll see what happens there. Umaga from Elite 40. Makes sense. Have Umaga back out with that Armando Estrada figure. I can see that happening. We do got Undertaker from Elite 18. We need more Undertaker. Trust me, we need more of him. And we also need more Cody Rhodes. So we're getting Elite 20 Cody Rhodes. Going back to deep cut Codys, I'm here for that as well. And then William Regal from Elite 8 apparently coming there along the way. And then it does say for Legends 26, Series 26, it'd be the Godfather. Get me the Godfather. I need a pair of those glasses. Lost them to the Carpet Monster. Lost them to the Vacuum Monster. I got to find some Godfather glasses. Might have to buy an extra figure just to get the glasses. Kurt Angle in that one. Carlito, of course, we know about him. William Regal apparently going to be in that one. He will be the Chase in there, so we'll be ready for that. And then Legends 27, the Great Muta, doing great things. Doing great things. Going from the Ultimate Edition, going to the Elite line. We're here for it. Bring on the main event next. I'm here for all of them. Billy Gunn, and then we got Shawn Michaels as the Chase, 03 and 04. And we also got another Steiner, Scott Steiner, 1998. So, whoa, stop the clock, back again, almost missed Greatest Hits Series 7 from Mattel. We talked the other Greatest Hits, now we're going back to this one. We're going to Greatest Hits Series 7. We did finally get on-card images, which we know what that means. We're about 30 days away from this hitting us via our friends at Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. But we got the almighty Hulk Hogan back again for another round. The Hulkster riding in style, and as I said, we're going to finally do that Hulk Hogan 2024 countdown where we rank all of his figures this year. We'll do that next week on the channel, so stay tuned to that. Hulkster coming good. I like the looks of this Hulk Hogan, though, so we'll see how that goes. We got the Undertaker. They gave it a little extra pizzazz. Looks like he spent some time under the bedazzler, so I can't wait to see that Undertaker out of the package. Then we got old Ron Simmons, a long-time Ron Simmons fan right here at the channel. Said it a million times, and I'm sure I'll say it in that video about the time he beat Vader. I liked Vader more, but something so special about that victory. Can't wait to see this one. Head looking a little iffy here, though, so we'll see what happens. Possibly my least favorite Rey Mysterio figure from Mattel is getting a re-release. So we're getting that one there in Series 7. We're also getting no stranger to any toy line, any re-release at this point. Seth Rollins and his Shield gear from back in the day. So okay to see that one. We're also getting old Big Dave Batista back in the Greatest Hits. Once again, this is okay to me because I got the last one displayed in the ref shirt. This one I'll display outside of the ref shirt, so it can make them at least a little bit different there. Then we get Jimmy Uso of the famed Uso brothers, but I'm more excited about my boy Jey Uso. We're yeeting all over the place. You know how we do here on the channel after this week especially. Yeeting all week with Jey Uso. We get old school Usos with face paint. I think they need to go back to the face paint if you ask me. Shout out to face paint there. But an old school Usos, feeling pretty good in this set here, and a very strong wave as far as greatest hits go, to me at least here. Can't wait to get these, can't wait to review them, can't wait to rank them on this very YouTube channel. Some leaked lineups, very excited for some of those. Some of them, they are what they are. We usually get that kind of stuff. But it feels wild that, like, Cody Rhodes, I love Cody Rhodes, good friend of the channel, good He-Man brother. I'm not very excited about Cody Rhodes figures anymore. I feel like I've been bombarded with them, but whenever we get some new blood, some new things, gets me stirring, gets me going, and probably some of you guys and gals as well. So we got that going on. We also saw this week from Mattel, they showed off the new retros, Hulk, Zeus, Liz, and Sherry. We saw those for the first time at San Diego Comic-Con. I want to say February pre-order over at Mattel Creations for these, so be on the lookout, of course. Just feel like we're missing Macho Man from this one. We got all the players, just missing Macho. I wish we could say what up Mach, but we just can't do that right there. I did see the Sherry had an error on the back of the card. Steve Ogier from Mattel did show that is fixed in the final production. So good to hear on that one as well. So we're here for that. But of course, also, speaking of retros, you know what Jerry Reed always says. We got a retro blowout this week. Oh my gosh, retro upon retro news. So let's kick it off. We're going to go Top Rope Collectibles. We haven't had a figure in hand from these yet, but PN News around the corner, hopefully sooner rather than later. We do got one Too Cold Scorpio, one of the baddest dudes ever. When he first burst on the scene in WCW back in the day, could not believe what my eyes saw. Obviously, everybody does a lot of his moveset in this day and age, but man, the first time Scorpio did his thing, absolute game changer. So cool to see him in the more Galoob style in the future. So we'll stay tuned to that as well. Title Run Toys are the most controversial looking one on the list for me here today. We got Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff, good friend of the channel, of course. My good buddy, my buddy back from elementary school, also has the same last name, no relation to me. He married a girl whose cousin's dad was Mr. Wonderful. I think I got that right. So, in a roundabout way, I'm basically best friends with Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff. Yeah, fact check it if you want, boys on the couch. We could do that. But long story short, we got Mr. Wonderful coming from Top Rope Collectibles, or from Title Run Toys. Fix that right there. We got Mr. Wonderful coming, but a very strange Mr. Wonderful. I don't know what it is about this one that kind of irks me a little bit. I guess it's later years where he's kind of atrophied his arm a little bit, maybe, but it looks like the arms are both the same. He looks like too skinny. There's something off on this Mr. Wonderful. I don't know what it is. I love Mr. Wonderful. Give me the Mr. Wonderful. I want the double bi pose like the LJNs back in the day. I'm here for this one. I just wish it would be tweaked, and I'm not sure, though. I'm not good enough to give you the idea of what needs to be tweaked. I got to stare at it a little bit longer, maybe. Who knows? But we got Mr. Wonderful coming right there. Big news this week from Hassel Toys. He's always coming up with something going on. In stock right now to order, grapplers and gimmicks. Get your Coco Ware. You don't but beware, that's for sure. He is coming to Mattel, as we know, but we do got Coco Ware right here. We got Waylon Mercy as well. TL Hopper and exclusive toilet. Got to have the toilet, of course. Harvey Whippleman, Sean Mooney, and one I'm getting more excited about by the day. As the days pass, one Lord Alfred Hayes. I've been watching the Bobby Heenan show lately. You ever seen that show? Oh, all-timer. Lord Alfred Hayes coming. We need more Lord Alfred Hayes figures. That's a deep cut that needs to get some figures. Just get me simple announcer Lord Alfred Hayes in the Mattel line. I would be dying a happy man. But Grapplers and Gimmicks, they're getting it first. They're getting after it. All in stock as I'm filming this. Get after it. You got to pick those ones up. We always say it, constant learning, constant improvement. You got to give it to Hassel Toys over there. They have done a tremendous job over the last, I don't know, year and a half, 2 years. What is time? I don't know, but I'm really enjoying the output from them. So stay tuned to those on the channel as well. But we're not done. We're not done with Retro Talk. No. We got the Killer Bees, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell, and yes, B. Brian Blair. And what does the B stand for? Boyfriend, I think is what that is. But B. Brian Blair, Jumpin' Jim Brunzell coming to Epic Toys. We've been talking about these for a long time, maybe 6 months or so. The order is finally up. Figure collections using discount code Kyle. Save yourself 10%, as we do know. I believe as of right now, sold out. Wouldn't be shocked to see some more maybe pop in. You never know what might happen, especially in the future. Asylum Toys, I think, also has these as well. But very, very cool to get these. Of course, comes with the soft good mask. I'm kind of shocked they didn't do the demolition gimmick with these where you get the interchangeable magnet heads. I was kind of shocked they didn't do that, but I also wouldn't be shocked to see a rerun and maybe they do that on the second version because there is different looks to those. Of course, those bees, and you got to watch out for the bees, as we know.
No, not the bees! Not the bees!
They are sold out as I'm filming this, but stay tuned to Figure Collections is what I would do. Not done there. Zombie Sailor Toys in stock drop this week. I already got my shipping notice. It is, of course, Kevin Sullivan, old school devil worshiping Kevin Sullivan, like a young King Diamond. Exactly. King Diamond back in the day. He's got the snake there. He's got the face paint going on. You know me, I'm a sucker for face paint. So we got that coming there from Zombie Sailor Toys. And the final kind of retro news, saving it for last. Big Rubber, guys. We got till the end of the month to get our Rick the Model Martel, Missy Hyatt, and of course Arn and Tully the Brainbusters, the Horsemen, whatever you want to call them. We got them from Big Rubber, guys. Very excited about these. Cannot wait to see these here in the future. Very excited to see them. But we're not done. We're not done with some retro wrestling news, whatever you want to call it. Somebody cue up Jesse Ventura.
You ever wonder if they're watching your every move? Cell phones, internet, surveillance. Think about it. Post your...
All right, it's a difficult subject, but we got to keep you up to date on Power Town, don't we? We got Jesse on the Conspiracy Corner, but Jesse has told me he's a little bit busy with some of his other things going on. Saturday Night's Main Event coming back here in a couple of weeks, but I'm trying to handle it best I can without all of Jesse's help. But Power Town, guess what? We're in January. What are we, 10th, 12th, 14th? Whatever day it is in January. Like I said, I don't know what day it is, let alone if it's a Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, let alone the date of the day. I don't know what's going on anymore. But we are into January, I know that, at least a couple of weeks, maybe even middle of January by now. Who knows? We have not seen any kind of update from Power Town. One thing I have seen, the orders are still open. They gave us the hard press. You got one shot at glory, like a young painkiller era Judas Priest. You got one chance to get this done. You got one chance to get your order in for the TNA, the Ultras, the Remcos. I think it was November 24th, and that is it. That is your last chance. Gave us the full court press. Well, November 24th is over. You go to Power Town's website right now. You can order any of those if you want to. They're all still open for order. Why wouldn't they have turned the orders off? You gave us the hard press. Once again, the bait and switch keeps on coming. And I've heard through the interwebs that the Power Town crew throwing a little shade my way. I'm just a keyboard jockey with 3,000 subscribers that doesn't know what he's talking about, just needs to stay in his parents' basement. Dad locking me down in my basement again. You guys have seen my dad. He's just evil, locking me down down here and stuff. Hopefully one of these days I get a girlfriend, all that kind of stuff usually here. But you guys know I'm not locked down here. I can come and go as I please. I'm allowed to leave my dad's house anytime. But no, I might be in a basement, but it's my basement. I'm okay. I can be down here if I want to. But Power Town a little disgruntled on some of the chirping. I'm sure they won't be happy about this apparently either. But it's true. Where is it? They should have cut the orders off the 24th. Why are they still open a couple of months later? Words have meaning, as they do say. And we like to joke on this channel. We like to poke fun and stuff. We do that every single video. I like to have fun. This is stress relief for me. But this is stressing me out, this Power Town business here. I ordered all this stuff. I ordered every single one of those items. I want them. I'm the champion of Power Town. If they could put their themselves on the back of anybody, it would be me. Because guess what? I buy every single thing they have. I enjoy. It's my era. It's what I want in collectors. I can be your champion. But they make it very hard. They make it very hard. We've seen it over the last few years. Quality issues, delays, free figures, trying to buy our silence, things like that. Well, they did that. They gave us free figures. They did all this. Well, now is there another delay? Because as I said, Remco, January, are we going to have these in hand? We got a couple of weeks. For all I know, today is January 30th. Will we have them tomorrow? We just got a little bit of time left in January. I don't think we're getting these shipped, but Power Town is quick to say you got 1 day remaining, 2 days remaining, last chance to order. They send all that stuff out, but when it comes to the update side of things, we haven't heard anything. Where's the Matt and Brian 2-pack? We heard those were on the ship, ready to go from Matt and Brian, but we didn't hear anything from Power Town. What is going on? I don't understand what's going on over there. Like I said, I am a champion of this, but I also run a business. I run millions and millions of dollars I'm in charge of, and I just see things like this. It just irks me. I just get the heat flowing through the arms, and I'm gonna stroke out if this was my own money doing all that. It is kind of my money because I did pre-order all this stuff. But I hope they can get right. But man, as we say it, it's a broken record. Somebody needs to design me a really cool shirt. That, of course, you lose a customer a loaf at a time. You get them back a slice at a time. Hopefully, for Power Town's sake, these slices are very small and the loaf is very small, because hopefully it's just a couple of sample slices in a loaf, because if there's 20 slices in a loaf of bread, we got dealing with that. That's a long time to get back. They'll be out of business by the time that happens. So I hope to see Remco in the next couple of weeks. I hope to see an answer or two or some kind of clarity on this one. But I said it all along when all the free figures, as I said, I don't see us getting it. I still don't see us getting it. And I don't think we're getting Remco in January. We know right after that is Chinese New Year. Everything shuts down for like a month. Are we going to have any of this stuff? Are they going to meet the March, April deadlines? I don't know. I have no idea what's going on. But I'm on my soapbox with my 3,000 followers in my dad's basement. That's what I'm doing down here right now. Dad. Hopefully he's got a good dinner for me. As I'm filming, it is Friday night, so that is pizza night. So I'm hoping he brings me a good old-fashioned pepperoni, my dad. But we'll see what happens. More on that in the future. I'll let you know what I had for dinner. But that's a little Power Town update right there. So we'll see what happens. But we did get a whoa, stop the clock right before I started filming on Friday. We go back to retros with Epic Toys this time. Very excited for this 4-pack here. They teased some of this, but we got some full-on new surprises here. We do got 4 new retro figures, part of the next wave. Cannot wait to get these in hand. Love the Epic Toys. Talked about grapplers and gimmicks, how good those figures are. I absolutely love these Epic Toys. We've been unboxing all of them on the channel. Check out those videos if you missed it. But one of my absolute all-time favorite wrestlers, Dr. Death, Steve Williams, he brought a new world to me from Japan Wrestling I knew nothing about, and then playing him in Virtual Pro Wrestling 2 back for N64 days. Absolutely love Dr. Death. The backdrop driver is the most sick finishing move of all time. Now it's probably a high spot, but back in the day, I could not believe what I was seeing. If you've never seen the backdrop driver from Dr. Death, check that thing out, but cannot wait to get Dr. Death in the collection. Absolutely breathtaking. Barry Windham coming, which leads me to believe Barry Windham's open season for hunting. You know, he's a hunter after all. But I would love to see a big rubber guy, Barry Windham, to go with Arn and Tully and Ric Flair. Get me that. But we got Barry Windham coming to the retro line. Barry Windham, there was a spot in the 90s in WCW, NWA where he was truly the greatest wrestler on the planet. As a little kid, I loved Barry Windham. Can't wait to get this one in my collection as well. And speaking of one of my all-time favorites, the Nature Boy Ric Flair, old school Flair in the green. Love the looks of this one as well. And last but not least, we got the Barbarian Solo Years Barbarian. You know we're here for that as well. So some cool stuff coming from Epic Toys. Can't wait to dive into those. Would expect a pre-order in the near future. How about that? We'll see what happens there. But now we move on to just a couple other things. Like I said, very wrestling heavy this week. Head over to, of course, good friends of the channel, Jay's Toys and Games. Once again, Jay's Toys and Games is the sponsor of this very video. Shout out to Jay's Toys and Games. Use discount code Kyle. Save yourself 15% on all in-stock items. Got to get a deal over there. Deal of the day at Jay's many times. And we got a lot of Jay's talk tomorrow on weekly purchases. Got a huge sale over there that I cleaned up on. We'll talk about that tomorrow. But we do got the Nemesis Build-A-Figure wave went up for pre-order this week. We talked about it a few weeks back. Now you can order it. You can get Gambit, you can get Nightcrawler, you can get Cyclops, you can get Marrow and Husk. Yes, both Marrow and Husk. And also Fabian Cortez. Get me Exodus next, Marvel Legends team. But we got those up for pre-order. Of course, Nemesis, Onslaught, Nemesis. Anybody that ever has named Nemesis in their name, there's always controversy. Is he Onslaught or is he Nemesis? Is he Nemesis of Force or Nemesis Immortal? You know how it goes, but we got that coming up right there. We also did have Todd McFarlane stroll in today. And Todd, you brought your ride. I was talking about I was at a big work conference, a private event this week for work. Jay Uso, Braun Breaker, like I said, more tomorrow. But Todd, I was shocked to see you come into the show. He was there, and there's no well, actually, I take that back. I'm going to walk that back. There was like a toy booth there. They were doing a lot of the pops, a lot of the pop vinyls. They had wrestling, they had all the usual stuff, but they were promoting all that stuff and selling that stuff. And I walked by for about 2 seconds and I didn't see anything I liked. But I did like it when Todd McFarlane came into the party and you were driving the Wienermobile. Who gave Todd McFarlane the keys to the Wienermobile? Now, longtime viewers of this channel know once in a former life, a decade plus ago, oh, your boy KP, he worked for Kraft. Yes, I worked for Kraft. I spent a lot of time in that Wienermobile over the years. Let me tell you, I always enjoyed the Wienermobile. Always a fun experience. Always fun doing the store things with the Wienermobile. I even at one time got to drive the Mini Cooper Wienermobile, and I haven't seen that around very much anymore. I don't think that thing exists, but it was wild. It was a mini Wienermobile, and of course back then I was like a huge weightlifter. I was like 265 pounds. I couldn't even fit in that thing. It was wild, but story for another day. Story for another day. But very, very fun to see Todd McFarlane driving the Wienermobile to the show. It was great to see him. Todd came out there barefoot. He had his pants on, of course. And he came out that thing, hey, everybody, and nobody knew who you were. It was the wildest thing. But I did get a little meet and greet there. People thought I was there for something else. It was so funny, like industry folks that are in my industry that I didn't know thought I was there for like a meet and greet or something from YouTube. They didn't realize, oh, Kyle's got a day job? Oh my gosh, he does. So it was kind of funny to meet a lot of fans of the channel there. So shout out to you guys and gals. There was no gals, I know. It was just all guys. But they did say hi. So shout out to all you guys out there. But Todd rolled in on the Wienermobile, which was pretty cool. And then Todd, you came out there, and like I said, he came off the Wienermobile out the steps like he was going to be like aliens greeted or something like that. But he did go give one of these, and then he reached back in there and he showed a new figure. And I thought that was a cool idea. But then I said, Todd, what are you doing? This isn't anything to do with action figures. And he showed us the GameStop exclusive Batman and Robin Arctic edition. You love those Arctic editions. One of the many variants Todd loves to come out with. And he thought he would be like a hero's welcome, and they would like, you know, all stand down and then you could walk on their backs out. He thought it was going to be like a royal reception, and everybody just looked and then they turned around and went back on their days. But I took it and I said I'd talk about it, so here we are. But we got a frosted edition of Batman, GameStop exclusive. We've seen these with Deathstroke. We've seen these before with the Joker. Is what it is. It just depends what you want out of your figures. For me, these are a deep cut that I dabbled with the Joker. I thought looked pretty cool. I like the idea. I don't like the price point, but if I can get on clearance, I will pick up. But Todd always coming out with something. Always got something coming out. So shout out to Todd McFarlane on the couch. And then last but certainly not least this week, Mythic Legions has a book coming out, $49.99. Now, longtime viewers of the channel, or maybe current viewers of the channel, know over there on Kyle Peterson 2.0, we do a Mythic Legion or Cosmic Legion unboxing every single Monday. Every single Monday, I got stacks of those things I got to get around to unboxing. We're unboxing those over there. We're going to learn together. But this book is going to be pretty cool. I love books like this. Cheap plug for my Jax Class Superstars book. Very similar concept here. Talks about the creation of the line. Talks about all the figures with the pictures of the figures, everything else. Very, very cool of them to do this. It is going up for sale next week. So if you love a book like this, I will be picking one up. It will be available next week from storehorseman.com, I believe, is the way to get there. And that is the way to get done with all the news here. I'm fired up. I can feel it in my cheeks. That Power Town stuff just got me all charged up. I'm ready to take on the world is what I do. If my dad will let me out of the basement. Hopefully he does. I think he will. I've been a good boy this week. I did all the chores. I did a little snow removal. Of course, I fed the dogs. I did all that stuff. So my dad, he'll let me out. He's a good guy. I think. We'll see. But now we got to get down to it. We got to get down to the album of the week. All right, let's get down to the album of the week. But before I forget, I plugged the best action figure top 10 that I did on the channel this week. Don't forget, I also did the top 10 worst. And you guys and gals, as I always say, don't want to leave the gals out. You could vote in that video if you truly think the outfit I wore was the absolute worst outfit I've ever worn on the channel. My wife will not let me leave the house wearing that outfit. She hates it that much. So I said, I'll wear it for the worst. If it's truly the worst, it's a perfect ensemble. So check out the best and worst top 10 of 2024 on the channel right now. But here we are, Album of the Week. And Album of the Week is going to one of the greatest bands of all time, one of the most loved bands of all time, a band that just recently announced they are touring again. I don't know, maybe I'll make a show, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. I've actually never seen them live in concert. I'm not opposed. But I will say, a lot of people think this is the greatest band of all time. They're nowhere near that for me, but I do enjoy their stuff. And I always go back and forth. Do I like Bon or Brian better? That's where I am. I know there's a lot of people at different camps that prefer, a lot that like both, of course. But I truly can't pick a favorite between the two. It's too hard for me. I both enjoy them both the same. Very, very good stuff. It was, of course, AC/DC. Dirty Deeds Done Dirt Cheap. That's the album of the week this week. I would say the song, of course, of the same name. You got Big Balls on there. Everybody loves Big Balls, of course, especially Balls Mahoney and old Todd McFarlane, Big Balls himself. Absolutely loves that song. But that's a great album. It's a great album, and I actually haven't listened to that album in probably a decade. Probably a decade. Outside of the hits you hear all the time. But I went through the whole thing, and it was a nice kind of nostalgic trip down memory lane is what it is. And some of these bands like AC/DC, the Beatles for me, George Harrison's solo career, Paul McCartney's solo career, many bands like that, even Judas Priest and Iron Maiden a little bit. I've listened to the album so many times, I almost feel like I don't ever have to hear them again. I think we all get that with some albums from time to time. But after a long absence, it's kind of nice to get fresh ears on something once again. That's where I was with this. It came on a shuffle or something in my phone, and I said, you know what, I'm going to see this one through. I'm going to see the album through, and I enjoyed it. So maybe you can find an album like that for you to be your album of the week. And that's it. Quite the news. I'm fired up, shot out of a cannon. I'm about 5 monsters deep, and that's what happens. Yeah, maybe not, but it's fun to pretend, of course. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the toy news this week. What are you excited for? Let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bells. We got videos every single day. And then some. We got 2 YouTube channels. Make sure you subscribe to both. I'm looking. I'm watching. Make sure you subscribe to those. Check out the Patreon for early access, all kinds of stuff, giveaways, Q&As, you name it. Check out weekly purchases tomorrow for a lot of follow-up stuff. Of course, don't forget SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, of course, now on TikTok. And don't forget my book, The Complete Guide to the Jax Class Superstar Series. We're almost a year anniversary to that coming up this March as well. We'll stop talking about it then, so be ready for that as well. But there it is. That is the toy news of the week. You know what I'm doing? I'm rocking and rolling, strutting and strolling my way into the weekend.